Are we taping? Yes, we are. Hi, guys. Look at that sun glare coming through my window. I'm gonna move back. Don't worry. I wish I had a remote, but I have to get close to start it. But I'm gonna move back because that's super annoying. Welcome back to more yoga. Thanks for coming back. Always good to have you guys here with me. I feel like I've got a room full of people because I see so many of you out and about walking, and people are always yelling that they took a class or they tried last week's class or they loved a back bend class that we did. So I'm glad you're enjoying them. And as I've said before, I'm so thankful that yoga translates so well virtually because we need something to make us feel good. And this is one of those things, right? So I hope everyone's feeling good. I hope everyone's well since we were together a couple days ago, right? We have some stuff going on. My dad's in the hospital. He's got some ongoing cardiac issues, but they're also testing him for COVID because he's older and some of his symptoms aren't lining up. And hopefully that's not what it is. Hopefully it's just heart crap. But you never know. So we've got that going on, but everything else is status quo. Remember my back hurt last week because I did something stupid. What did I do? Was it yoga or Tabata? I don't know. But today is the first day it feels really good. So I walked a whole bunch of miles and did a Tabata class, and now I'm going to do yoga with you. And I'm probably going to be jacked up tomorrow, but I'll be honest, it just feels too good to move, especially when the weather is gorgeous like it is today, right? Today is such a gift. So I hope you guys got out and got some stuff done and felt good about being outside. So, all right, what is my plan? My plan for today is that I don't really have a plan. I wasn't sure if I was going to tape today or tomorrow, but I think today is safer because sometimes it takes hours to upload to YouTube, I guess depending on how many people are trying to do the same thing at the same time, and I don't want to cut it close. So I thought today I would treat this time like I do my own private practice and just sort of move organically through stuff with whatever feels best next and just bring you into it with me. So I'm not really sure what we'll do, but we'll do a combination of things. And like I tell all my classes all the time, as long as you feel better when we're done than you did when we first started, it was a good class, right? So lie on your backs. I'm going to do this with you too. I'm going to do as much of the class as I can without feeling like I'm not able to explain it. Lie on your back. Arms out. Legs out long in front of you. Let your feet open up towards the sides of the room. And find your breath here, right? Inhaling through the nose. Holding it for a second. Slowly exhaling. Get comfy. Like sometimes I have to move around a little, bring my shoulder blades together, make sure I'm not on my hair and it's pulling. Get comfy. Take a moment here. We haven't done a lot of this, and I don't really do a lot of this when I teach typically, but take a moment and set an intention for your practice. Your intention can be anything. It can be just sending love and prayers to somebody else. It can be that you want to open up your low back. It can be that you're just overwhelmed with the day and the world situation right now, and you just kind of want to leave some of that behind. Take a moment, set a quick intention for your practice, and then when you're ready, pull the knees in and drop them both over to your right, coming into a twist, making sure that the length of the left arm stays on the ground and the knees are stacked. And then look straight up or look towards your left hand, whatever feels best. I like to turn my head. My neck is usually cooperative. I like to turn and look towards the hand so it's a bigger, more complete twist, but any twist is good. Nice deep breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Let the legs settle. Let them be heavy. If one is popping up, sometimes I notice that happens with my students. If one knee is popping up, you can take the right hand and put it on top and just sort of anchor yourself a little. But if you don't have to do that, then don't do it. Keep the arm out. Inhaling and exhaling, noticing where you're feeling this. I tend to feel this mostly as a pull right underneath my breastplate in my muscle. Usually in the same spot every time, and pretty typically it's about the same on each side. It's not worse on one side or worse on the other. It's usually uniform for me. All right, knees up to center. We're going to come into your two options, right? You can put one hand on each kneecap and just let everything go wide, or you can reach for your big toes or the outer edges of your feet and come on into a big happy baby, depending on how your hips are feeling and just how good everything is feeling with you. So do that, roll around on your low back for a second, whichever option feels best, and then bring the arms out, bring the knees into center, drop the legs to the left, and then settle the right arm and either look straight up or look towards the right hand. So I started watching a new show. I finished Ozark, which was, if you've never watched Ozark on Netflix, there's 3 seasons. It will take your breath away. Season 3 was unbelievable. It was so, so, so good. But I needed something a little lighthearted, a little funny, a little shorter, 20-minute episodes, so I could get 2 in a night. So I started watching Superstore on Hulu, which is kind of a spoof on the employees and the group of people that work at a big chain store, like a Target or a Walmart. So funny. So, so, so funny. Very light, very easy. If you need something just to laugh at, Superstore is a good one. All right, knees up to center. Now, same thing, happy baby or one hand on each knee. I'm going to do one hand on each knee because I feel like my hip is tight and cramping a little bit, and it actually feels really funky right now. I just got back from a walk with the dog, and the dog was pulling me, so that might be it, but I'm not sure I'm going to go big. I think I might stay down here for this and then go big a little bit later. It's part of reading your body and knowing what's going to feel good and what's not, and then just going with the good. All right, come on back to center. Legs are going to go straight up in the air. Flex your feet. Pull your toes down, lift your heels high. I'm only lifting my head just so I can see what I want to talk about with you guys. I want you guys to keep your heads down. Hands are in the back of your knees. Head is down. And you're just gently pulling your legs towards the top of your mat behind your head. Okay, so it seems like you're pulling your feet closer to your head. You are, but you're also getting things in really good alignment. Now, take a look at your feet. If your big toes seem to be curving in towards you, you want to press up through the big toe mound. We talked about this a little bit last time, the 4 corners of the feet, and try to get the feet nice and flat facing the ceiling. Nice big breath in. Exhale the breath. And then one more. Inhale. And exhale. So now the soles of your feet are going to come together. You're going to bring them down to the ground. Knees are going to be elevated a little bit. And you're going to bring your arms into cactus, which is like a 90-degree angle with the backs of the hands down on the ground. If the backs of your hands aren't flat, then move the hands out and make it a bigger angle. If you can get them flat for 90 degrees, then do that. It's just another soft way of opening the shoulders. Find your breath, inhaling and exhaling. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm 100% sure. See how this knee is so much higher than my left knee because this is my tighter hip. You guys probably have a higher knee too, but it might not be as big of a difference. In mine, this one is so much tighter that it's usually significantly higher. Nice deep breath in. I'm going to turn around. I want you to stay like you are, but I'm going to turn around because I want us to do something and I want you to be able to see it with me facing you. So we're still in that position, right? Soles of the feet together, arms out. So what you're gonna do is pull the knees in, put your hands behind your knees, and rock yourself up so that you're sitting on your tailbone, coming into bow position. Okay? You're just gonna hang out here on the tailbone, balanced, kind of finding that sweet spot. And then reach between your legs for your feet, for your toes, and see if you can extend the legs out to the sides, staying on the tailbone, balancing, right, in this weird, awkward position. Kind of fun, though, to play. Feet in, feet down, and then bring everything out long in front of you and go wide. Just a fun pose. You know, you've got this little area on the tailbone, and if you hit it just right, you'll balance. But if you're a little bit off, you're not going to be able to keep the balance in place. So just something to play with and have fun with, and maybe practice if you want to find the spot. Okay, pull the toes back. Press out through the heels. Press down through the backs of your knees. We're going to just turn over the right foot, right hand, somewhere along the inside of the right leg or the arch of the foot, and just pull yourself down, coming into a forward bend, nose to knee. Remembering that nose to knee is just a crazy suggestion. It doesn't have to actually happen. Walk your hands around. You know what I'm sick of, you guys? I'm sick of do-it-yourself pedicures. They kind of suck. They don't feel good. And it just makes me feel sad, right? It just makes me feel really sad. One more inhale and exhale. Here's another sad thing. I ordered new running shoes on Amazon. I've had the same style just in different colors before. I tend to find something I like and then just stick with it. I don't love variety of any kind ever. So stuck with the Adidas that I'm used to, and they sent me the wrong size. And I tried them on last night and thought, maybe I could wear these. I can't. They're literally 2 inches too big for my feet. So I had to return them, order a new pair, wait for the new pair, and all I want are new running shoes because, I don't know, both mine keep like soaking up water every time it rains. I'm not sure, both pairs. They're older, but they're not that old, so I don't know. But it was disappointing. Amazon kind of broke my heart the other day. So, could be worse, right? Could be worse. Curl your toes under. We're going to start to cat and cow, exaggerating our movements, inhaling, dropping the head as we inhale, exhaling, arching the back and looking up at the same time, okay? So go on your own breath. This feels so good on my low back. Does this feel really good for you guys? If there's a pose that feels really good and like it's just hitting the spot, play around with it a little bit, you know, kind of like work your way through it, move your hips a little, see what you can do to get more out of the pose. That's what you always want to do in yoga. You always want to figure out how to get more out of whatever it is that your body's capable of doing. All right, from here, I think we'll go into a wide knee child's pose. So big toes together, knees out to the sides. If you look underneath yourself, you should see your toes together. Forehead down, chin down, arms out in front. One more deep breath in. And exhale. All right, so let's bring our knees closer together and let's come down onto the crown of our head. I have this big messy bun in, but I can still do that. Crown of your head. So the very top of your head is going to come to the mat, and then you're going to bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, squeeze your palms together, keep a little bend in your elbow, and start to lift your hands off your back. So if that was a lot of words, just watch me for a second and then mimic, okay? Crown of the head down. Hands behind me, interlaced on the small of my back. Squeeze the palms together, and then start to lift up, keeping a bend in the elbow so I don't hyperextend. One more big breath in. Exhale the breath. Release the hands. Come on up. And we're going to go right into, let's do a downward facing dog with the intention of moving into a moving cobra. So just find a dog. Heels can be high or low, whatever feels best. Bend the knees a little, move around, make this feel comfortable. Inhale forward into a plank. So bring the shoulders over the wrists. And all we're going to do here is drop the hips and find a high cobra. Unclench your butt, right? We've talked about that before. Unclench. Curl the toes under. Press down, lift the hips, find your dog again. Okay? Let's do another one. Inhale forward into a plank. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Hips down. Find a cobra. Unclench, right? Full breath in. Exhale. Bring your head down and windshield wiper your legs, right? Side to side. What are you guys doing for dinner tonight? We ordered Jose Tejas takeout on Saturday night. That's one of our favorite kid-friendly places. It was so good. They don't normally do takeout, but I really hope that they're inspired to do takeout from now on, because it was just so good. So good. And tonight's Tuesday, so some kind of taco going on here. Chicken and peppers and onions and baked potatoes. I don't even know. We're going to call it Taco Tuesday, whether it is or not. I haven't grocery shopped in almost 2 weeks, but I organized my pantry today and we seem to be in pretty good shape. We just need produce-y stuff. So I'm probably going to have to go Friday, which means Thursday night I will have grocery shopping anxiety. And then by Friday I'll be fine because I'll have a watermelon sitting on my counter. So, such a weird life. So weird. Not getting less weird, but getting more comfortable, at least in our family, right? Like we're almost at the point where the thought of going back to normal makes us a little anxious. So I don't know if you guys are feeling that too, but it's a weird thing. All right, spread your fingers, curl your toes under. You're gonna come up into dog. And then you're gonna walk your hands back to meet your toes. But at some point, see if you can go from a flat hand to the tips of your fingers. So maybe do 1 or 2 and then go on to fingertips. And then hang forward. Sitting on my table. Cross your arms at the elbows, forward bend. Every time you take a breath in, engage the core a little bit. Suck it in and see if that creates more space in your low belly for you to fold deeper into the pose. Release your hands. Now bring the hands to the small of your back. Interlace your fingers. Same thing that you did before when your head was down on the mat. You're going to lift your hands up off your back. Keep the back of your neck relaxed. Start to move the hands towards the wall in front of you, but make sure to keep a bend in the elbows. If you feel like you're hardly moving, don't worry about it. Any movement is bringing the shoulder blades together on the back and opening up your front body, your chest. Big breath in. Exhale the hands to the floor. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale up. Exhale and fold. One more time. Inhale up. Let's come into a chair position here. So arms out in front of you. Sit low into your pose. Make sure you can see your toes. Reach out in front of you like you're holding a beach ball. Big breath in. Hands to the floor, hips in the air. And then slowly, slowly roll all the way up so your head is the very last thing to come on up to center. Nice. Nice, right? Feeling good? Feeling better? I'm assuming that you were feeling tight and cramped. Maybe I'm wrong. But if you're feeling better, then you're doing good. Okay, so let's just go into a simple hip opener. We're going to leave the left foot where it is. Right foot's going to come forward, long lunge, but the back heel is going to stay down on the ground, so it's more of a warrior leg, okay? Hands and, forearms onto the front thigh. Just bend deep into the front knee. And just notice where you're feeling this. Do you feel this in the back of the front leg? Do you feel this in the front of the back leg? You're sort of opening both hips, but I feel this more in the front of the back leg. Now, bring your hands to the floor. Come up onto the ball of the back foot so it's more of a lunge. And then walk your hands forward a little. Bend deeper into the front knee. And play with it. Walk the hands back a little. Bring the back knee down onto the mat. Walk the hands out again and let the front knee go out to the side. Notice how my front foot is rolling up. That's going to let my hip go out a little. Let my femur go out a little. That's what you want to do. Front foot down. Sit onto the back heel. Straighten out the front leg. Pull the toes back. Don't use your hands to pull them back. Just use your muscular energy to pull them back. Lengthen out through the heel. Kind of just an old school runner stretch. Come on up onto the front foot. Make your way back into a wide knee child's pose. So, big toes together, knees out to the side, forehead and chin down, arms out in front. One more big breath in. Exhale the breath. Come on up, hands and knees. Let's do a few cat and cows here because why not, right? Curl your toes under, start to arch and round, moving on your breath. So on the days when I don't take a class, which, obviously now is most days, and I just feel like I need to move, this is the kind of thing I'll do. I'll just unroll my mat, and I'll just organically start to practice kind of letting all my tight spots and my areas that feel a little bit blocked, just letting them lead my practice and sort of dictating what pose I move into next. And it always works for me, always. Okay, we're gonna go up into dog. Drop your heels. Now again, you're gonna walk back towards your toes, but at some point try to go up onto your fingertips so it engages your upper arm muscles differently. So maybe do 1 or 2 flat palm and then go onto your fingertips. And then cross your arms at the elbows, forward bend. Release your hands, you're gonna roll up. Head is gonna be the last thing up. Perfect, perfect. So now we're gonna do the same hip opener, left leg in front. Okay, so just take a big step up. The back foot turns down. It's a warrior foot, right? Come onto the front thigh and just lean into the pose. Super simple here, not a lot of balance. And then we bring our hands down and we bend the front knee a little deeper. So now we intensify the stretch a tiny bit. And maybe we even lift the foot and roll the knee out. Bring the foot down. So now you're going to bring the back knee down, lean back into the right hip, straighten the left leg out in front of you. One hand on either side. I always like to do fingertips in a pose like this because I just feel like it gives me a better range of motion for anything I want to do with my shoulders, which isn't a whole lot, but if I'm flat palmed, I'm kind of locked, and I don't like that. Toes pull back. And then we're going to come up onto the flat foot, hands forward, roll the foot out, shift the weight forward, and just feel this as a hip opener. Nice big breath in. One more inhale. Exhale. Come on back. Wide knee child's pose. So big toes together, knees out to the sides. All right, come on up, hands and knees, downward facing dog. Drop your heels, get a big stretch down the back of your legs, invite the hamstrings and the hips into the stretch. Release the back of your neck, and then walk back. Walking on your fingertips engages the arm muscles different. Forward bend, cross at the elbows. Release your hands, roll all the way up, head is the last thing up. And then adjust your clothes. I'm gonna turn my mat, you guys leave yours the way they are. We're just gonna do a quick standing sequence just to really lengthen out our side bodies, which we haven't touched on too much yet today. Okay, so you're gonna start at the back of your mat. And we'll start with right foot. So step up into a long warrior pose, okay? So front knee's bent, back foot is flat on the ground. Okay, face forward. So you're facing me. Arms come up like a candle. Sit deeper into the front knee. Drop the hips. Nice big full breath in. Exhale. Open into your warrior two. So now you're still facing forward, but your hips are facing the side of the room. From here, I'm going to bring my right elbow to my right knee. You're going to do the same thing. Left arm is going to swing up and over, coming into an extended side angle. And then, to make it a little more fun, bring your left hand to your left hip. Straighten your right leg. Choose where to put the right hand. Inside of the foot, top of the foot, outside of the foot, which is what I prefer. Lean into the hand for support. Twist open, look up, and extend the left arm straight up, coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Big breath in. Exhale the breath. Inhale and exhale. Hand to the floor. Bend over the front leg. See if you can get your nose somewhat near the knee. This is a big hamstring. And now, walk your hands around to the middle, turning the right foot open so you end up in a wide-legged standing pose. Drop the head, come onto the fingertips, and hang out here for a second. Let's inhale up to a flat back. Fingertip flat back. Exhale and fold. One more, inhale up. Exhale and fold. And then one more time, inhale up. Exhale and fold. Now we're going to walk towards the left foot. So the left foot is our front foot. We're going to turn the left toes out, angle the right foot up, and we're going to come up into, you might have to play with this a little to get your feet right, but we're going to come up into our warrior one. Hips are facing forward. Big breath in. Exhale the breath. Inhale, open into your warrior two. So now hips are facing sideways, but you're still looking forward. You're looking over the middle finger of the front hand. Exhale. Left forearm to left thigh. Right arm swings up and over. So you're one long line from the outside edge of your back foot up through your fingertips of the same hand. Extended side angle. Whew. Close my eyes for a second. I can't close my eyes and do yoga. Some people can. I can't. It throws me all off. Now, you're going to straighten the front leg. Slide that left hand down. Inside of the front foot, top of the front foot, outside the front foot, which is where I find my spot. Right hand to right hip. Open up and extend up into your Trikonasana, your triangle pose. Find your breath here. One more inhale. Exhale, hand to the floor. Back to center, coming again into your extended wide-legged pose. Drop the head. Find your breath. Let's do 3 more flat backs on the fingertips. Inhale up. Exhale and fold. Inhale up. Exhale and fold. One more, inhale up. Exhale and fold. Now the hands come to the hips. Come up to a flat back. Press into every edge of your foot. Inside edge, outer edge. Bend the knees a little. Come on up to stand. Now you're gonna bring your feet a little closer together, but still wide, okay? Super graceful doing this. Turn the toes out, bend the knees, hands come to the hips, and you're just gonna sit for a second, just right here. That's all, opening the pelvic floor, no big deal. Come on up, wiggle your feet back together. Quick shoulder opener, right? So right hand to left shoulder, left hand to the back of the right elbow, press towards yourself. And then flip it up. Hand comes between the shoulder blades and you're pulling the arm in towards yourself, but also to the back. Big breath in. Your lungs are wide open when you're doing this. Oh, that feels good. Same thing on the other side. So left hand to right shoulder, right hand to the back of the left elbow. Switch it up. All right. Lay on your backs. Get comfy on your mat. So that was what my private practice would be today. I hope it felt good for you. We're going to go into Shavasana. I have no idea if that was 20 minutes or 40 minutes, but I know for me it doesn't really matter as long as I'm stretching and moving. It feels good. So I hope that you feel better now than you did when we started, and I hope that you kind of needed what I needed too, which was a little bit of everything. Shoulders, hips, hamstrings, side body, a little bit of everything, right? Kind of a mixed bag of yoga. So lay on your back. I have hiccups. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Lay on your back, arms out. Nice deep breathing here. Close your eyes. Let your mind wander. Let your mind wander. Think about whatever you want to think about, but don't think about any one thing for too long, right? That's the trick of Shavasana. Not dwelling on any one specific thing for too long. Start at the top of your head and work your way down. And kind of just, take a little bit of a mental checklist of how everything's feeling. If anything was noticeably off before you started your practice, maybe visit that first and check that right off as feeling better, I hope. But start at the crown of your head, work your way all the way down your body, and just see how you're doing. I get a lot of different emails from different yoga studios that I've taught at or practiced at, or I'm friends with the owners, and they're all holding virtual classes right now in an effort to try to still be relevant once this time in our life is over, right? Like they're trying to hold on to their core base of yogis so that when things open up again, they still have their business. But every day, different studios are putting out little blurbs, little emails, little like food for thought ideas. So the other day, one of them was about how when you feel pain in your body, it's actually your body protecting itself. Pain is usually inflammation, or it's your body's way of saying, hey, like pay attention to this and handle it and take care of it. And when you ignore pain, that's when things get worse. But when you acknowledge that there's a pain and that there's a reason why there's a pain, and you lay low and you take it easy and you ice it, and maybe you have to take a leave or, roll on an icy hot or whatever the case is, maybe it's as simple as stretching it, usually over a couple days you start to feel better. So every once in a while when I do something jerky and I pull a hamstring or my knee feels funky or my low back feels funky, I have to take a minute and kind of sit with that and then just acknowledge that it sucks to not be 25 anymore or 35 anymore, and just figure out how to make it feel better, but listen to my body talking to me. And one of my favorite quotes that I've read in the last couple of years is that if you listen to your body when it's talking to you, you'll never have to hear your body when it's screaming at you. And I love that, and I love the idea of that. And I think that's a good one for everybody, for the most part. But I've noticed that as I go on my walks around my neighborhood, I see a lot of you. I see a lot of my regular yogis and a lot of my regular students. And I'm noticing that a lot of you are saying, I do the classes online, or I tried the classes online, but I really just like being in the same room as you. I need that energy. I need to be in the same room as you. I hear you, and I understand that. And I really miss being with you guys too. But as much as you might not love this venue, some of you just do it. I'm kind of begging you, just do it, because when we get back together again and we're in person and we're live and we're in the same space and we're breathing the same air, it's going to be a lot harder for you to pick up where you left off, and your body's going to scream at you a little bit if you're not slowly, walking through the process now. So I get it, and I miss you too, and I miss, just listening to you and seeing you and hearing you breathe and watching you move. And I miss all of that so much because I've taught yoga for so long that it's just part of me now. But whether you love the idea of doing it online or not, do it. Whether it's with me or with someone else, just do it, because you can always get back your flexibility, but it gets harder and harder as time goes on and as you get older. And if you don't want to hear your body scream at you when we're back in our normal space and we're practicing together, then keep it going. Keep it moving, okay? Even if it's just a little, just do like 10 minutes and it's better than nothing, okay? I promise. So when I walk around this weekend and I see so many of you out gardening and doing different things, I don't want to hear that you're not doing it. I just want to hear that you're doing something, okay? Something, so that it's easier and less groany and moany and awful when we're together, again. So listen to your body when it talks to you, and then you don't have to hear it scream at you. I love that. I wish I made that up, but I didn't. All right, pull your knees into your chest. Roll around a little on your low back. Massage out your low back for a second. Roll over to your right hand side, or roll all the way up to sit and come into a comfortable seated position. We're going to end the way we always do, hands to the heart in prayer. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale the breath. One more inhale. One more exhale. Namaste. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming into this space with me and giving me your time. I didn't even curl my eyelashes for you today. I didn't put on lip gloss. I put some kind of balm under my eyes at like 9:30 this morning. That was like 42 hours ago. But that's as good as it got today. So thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Stay safe, stay well. Don't make any crazy runs to Target for no reason, even though I'm dying to just go walk around and look at t-shirts at Target. But I'm going to resist. So I want you to do the same so we can be together here again soon, okay? All right, take care. Bye.